Hello guys, Kryzzp here. Welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing the GeForce. This is an Nvidia card. It's not an RX 580. This is the GeForce GTX 580. As you can see here in MSI Afterburner and here in GeForce Experience. Nvidia program again. Ryzen 750i and 16GB of RAM are the test system over here. Of course, you don't need these specs to not bottleneck the GTX 580 in PUBG. Yeah, we're going to be testing PUBG Season 5 in this one, and we're going to be testing it at 1080p, very low, medium, high, and ultra settings, maybe competitive settings as well for those of you interested in that. But yeah, I'm just going to be testing 1080p in this one. If you guys are interested in 900p and 720p testing in this GPU, just tell me in the comments down below and I'll maybe do it next time. Let's just get into it. We're going to do Erangel first person as always, and we're going to be dropping in the favorite spot of all time, Pochinki. As you can see over here, that's where we're gonna land, right there, and then we're just gonna go all the way up to the church, look at the entire city, and go here and get back there, and that's our benchmark run. So yeah, okay, as you can see, we're in the plane getting 60 plus FPS at 1080p, very low settings. I'm gonna show you that real quickly again. 1080p, very low settings across the board, everything's disabled down here, of course. And really look at that temperature. This is actually a blower style model of the GTX 580, so it supposedly heats up quite a bit, but I haven't really seen that. The 500 series and 400 series of graphics cards from Nvidia, the Fermi architecture altogether, is just a very big power hog, and it was known for having heating issues. But you know what? This EVGA Superclocked Plus model of the GTX 580 is doing just fine. I didn't even replace the thermal paste on it, and it's just running well. Oh my god, I just tabbed in and we got a massive stutter. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Okay, so let's just wait a second. Actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and try to find another weapon. So this is our little spot where we start our benchmark run, of course. Let's hit the page up button to allow us to count our average and 1% lows over here, as you can see. And now let's start our little benchmark run. Actually, I'm just gonna grab this. Okay, let's go, guys. So we are seeing around like 60 plus FPS, mostly, on average at least here in PUBG. Very low settings. Of course, this is a 1.5 gigabyte card, you know, it's not a 2 gigabyte card, so very low settings. Might stutter sometimes because of the lack of VRAM. We're pretty much maxed out right now at 1.45 gigabytes of VRAM being utilized, but you know what? This is still running very well. I thought it would be running at like in the 50s or something like that, but no, the GTX 580 is showing its strongness, its power here in PUBG, and it's running pretty well so far. So if you have a 60 Hz monitor here, I don't really recommend this card anyways, but if you want to buy one of these for like cheap as I did, you can do so and have a decent experience here in PUBG, I think. So yeah, we're approaching the most intensive area of the map right now. No, it's not really the most intensive area of the map, but it's the most intensive area of the benchmark run. As you can see, we're getting 57, 56 FPS sometimes, 58 right now. This is not bad. You know, you hardly can tell the difference between 58 and 60 FPS, I think. Sometimes even I used to lock my frame rate to like 58 or 59 instead of 60 just to get rid of some screen tearing, because that sometimes works in a few games. Okay, so it's pretty smooth, the experience here with the GTX 580 in PUBG, at least on very low settings. Of course, increasing the settings to low or medium will put us like below 60 FPS, but with 40 FPS I would say that PUBG is still playable. As you can see, we're getting a few stutters here and there because of the lack of VRAM, of course. That's that's an issue for games like PUBG that require tons of VRAM to run because they're not very well optimized. Can we? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, okay. Can we get him? Let's try to get him, guys. It's been a while since I got into a little bit of a fight here in PUBG, but you know what? Just forget it. He's probably just camping now, so I'm just gonna go away. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh my god, where is he? Where is he? There he is. Okay, Just peek out. Nice, I got him. Okay, very nice. We got him in the end here. Let's set everything to low. I'm not gonna do competitive settings. It just gets like 2 or 3 less FPS than very low settings, so the video will get too big. 2 energy drinks over here, and we are ready to do this. We're now on low settings. You can see that there are some shadows now. There's some ambient occlusion. I don't really like the implementation of ambient occlusion on low settings in PUBG because it just makes things blurry, and at the same time it's still, everything is still flickering a little bit, so it's not a very good anti-aliasing. I prefer to not have it at all than to have this type of anti-aliasing over here. Can we hit that guy, guys? Ah, come on. This is too fast, the burst velocity over here, guys. I'm used to Fortnite, by the way, at this time. Okay. So let's keep on moving to the church, as always. Just select the UMP over here. So as you can see, it's still playable on low settings. Of course, there's a little bit of a better visual fidelity increase over here. Yeah, those words don't really go together too well, do they? But yeah, never mind. We're seeing our FPS dropping into the 40s more often right now. Well, more often. We didn't even drop to the 40s back on very low setting, but oh my god. Okay, guys. All right, looking at the entire city, we are in 48 FPS, so we're getting like a 10 FPS drop coming from very low settings. I don't feel like it's worth it. I would probably play at very low settings and call it a day. It's very enjoyable still at very low settings. Of course, the graphics aren't anything special, even on medium settings or like high settings. They aren't anything special here in PUBG. But the textures actually look quite good on high settings and ultra settings, by the way, and the reflections. But, you know, the game just needs a little bit more color, in my opinion, and it needs to be a little bit more dynamic as well. I feel like everything in the world is just too static, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's how I feel about PUBG at this time. Of course, it has come a long way since it released back in 2017 or whatever it was. I played it day one actually, and the graphics have improved definitely over the years. That's a plus. The gameplay has improved as well, although it still feels kind of a bit clunky, so I don't really like that. You know what? I have 600 hours into this game, so that tells you something. The game is enjoyable even with its flaws, I think. And if you get into it, you can actually have tons of fun playing it. So, especially if you play it with friends, by the way. Okay, 52 FPS average, 44 FPS, 1% lows. This is still very playable, of course, here on low settings. Let's do medium right now. Alright, everything just blinked there, as you can see. So it means that everything's applied now, and it's a red zone right now, and the circle is coming. So that's bad, guys. We gotta wait for the red zone. Or do we? Actually, the heck with the red zone. We're gonna go and do this. Let's go, guys. Page up. Let's do average and 1% lows counting over here. As you can see, 40 something FPS on medium now. Maybe, you know, maybe if you are after that visual fidelity experience in PUBG, the game is still very enjoyable with 40 something FPS, as I told you in the beginning of the video, I think. And you know what? The stuttering is still there, of course. It's not going anywhere. But the game looks a lot better than low settings. You can really tell the difference between very low and medium settings. On medium, everything, even the anti-aliasing looks great, if a little bit blurry, but I still think it looks great. The lightning, the shadows, the reflections, the textures look really good still here for a 1.5 gigabyte graphics card, and it's not stuttering too much. As you can see, we got like 1 or 2 stutters so far here on medium settings, so it's not game breaking at all. From low settings, we dropped by like 6 to 7 FPS. As you can see, 42 FPS looking at the entire city of Pochinki, so that means that mostly we are going to be above 30 FPS, or 40 FPS, actually not 30. We're mostly going to be above 40 FPS like 97% of the time, I think. Our 1% lows are at 37. It's an enjoyable experience. I would maybe play like this instead of very low, just because the game looks so much better, and I don't think that PUBG is one of those fast-paced games, especially if you are playing like slowly and stuff like that. If you're playing like Shroud, okay, of course you really need those FPS. There's a word like 2 stutters right there, pretty bad stutters, by the way. But yeah, if you're playing just casually and enjoying the game and enjoying the graphics, you know, a GTX 580 This is impressive. A GTX 5, a 9-year-old card is playing this game at medium settings, 1080p, better than the consoles. Yeah, let that sink in. 2010 card, by the way. So you guys that bought this card in 2010 and are playing PUBG and Fortnite and stuff like that, this card is still amazing for those games. Of course, you're not going to be getting a 60 FPS experience on medium settings or high settings. Actually, Fortnite did 60 plus FPS almost all of the time. I'm just going to join another one because of the circle, you know. 1080p, as you can see, high settings across the board, and we are still seeing 40 plus FPS over here in the plane. Of course, this is like the least intensive area of the entire map. The GTX 580 has impressed us so far over here in PUBG, so it might keep doing that. Who knows? Let's see. If we get like a 40 FPS average with the GTX 580 on high settings, I don't know what to tell you. It's impressive. It's already impressive, by the way. Look at these graphics. The game actually looks decent, you know. It looks great on high settings, and we are approaching the ground, and we are really close to that 40 FPS mark. So okay, let me just pick up some things over here. I don't want that, but oh my god, there's no weapon here. Oh my god, now the game is stuttering quite a bit because of that VRAM limitation. Of course, having 1.5 gigabytes of VRAM and playing new games, it just hinders your performance, man, you know. Okay, let's start this 39 FPS right here in this area. Let's see how well this will perform on the old GTX 580. Oh my god, oh my god. I'm gonna go ahead and please don't get stuck. Not now, okay? Where's the guy? The guy's still there. Wait a second. I think, yeah, there's an ACOG scope right here. Can I get him? Can I get him? Come over here, boy. Maybe he's not there anymore. Let's do this again, shall we? Okay, so 39 FPS again. Let's go. Please don't spot me, guys. Please. Okay. Oh my god, what the hell? That was really fast with a shotgun as well. Alright, we're back here again, guys, and getting one more FPS than the last time. Well, actually no. Okay, wait, maybe. Okay, let's start our counting system over here. Let's go, guys. If we get 30 plus FPS all of the time, I will be really happy, but our 1% lows indicate otherwise. It's already at 28 FPS, but you know, maybe it was just a tiny stutter or something. Alright, as you can see, the game looks a little bit better than medium settings, but I don't feel like the trade-off between performance and visuals between medium and high settings is worth it in this game, so just play on medium. It's still very playable, as you can see. We're still around 40 FPS average. That's pretty damn good. That was what I thought we would get, and I said actually that it would be awesome if we got like a 40 FPS average, and we are getting a 40 FPS average. So that means, oh my god, that's a huge stutter. Yeah, we're really VRAM limited here on high settings. High settings consumes like 3.5 gigabytes of VRAM. We only have 1.5, so we're 2 gigabytes short. And as you can see here, we're getting 32 FPS looking at the entire city. Of course, I wouldn't play like this. I don't think this is very playable. It's somewhat playable. The stutters, of course, don't help at all. It's an okay experience. At least it's better than, for example, Jesus Christ. At least it's better than, for example, a GT 710. Much better. So yeah. Oh my. Okay, that's a beautiful explosion. Let's keep on moving over here. Wow, the explosions here actually look very good, I think, and the sound, especially the sound, is pretty amazing, guys. So we're just gonna do ultra settings real fast over here. Our 1% lows are pretty horrible, as you can see there, although our averages are decent. Wow, I was certainly not expecting this like 20 FPS drop in performance by putting it on ultra. Okay then. It's not playable at all on ultra settings. Visual quality wise, I think it looks kind of the same, to be honest. Wow, okay, after seeing the results on medium high settings, this is really like surprising, to say the least. This is not normal. What the heck? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna try and select the textures here to very low, because nope, that's not what's giving us low FPS. Maybe it's the shadows. Let's do like the textures and the shadows to very low. Actually, I'm just gonna stop that altogether right now while we're doing this. Let's put this on very low. This is kind of like the Kryzzp's guide to whatever. I want to put this on medium, very low. View distance, I don't really care about this setting, to be honest. You don't really see the character models better by putting it on very low. You can see the character models just the same. It's just like the grass and stuff like that that you don't see when it's on very low compared to ultra. So yeah, this on very low, this is one of the most performance intensive things. Actually, I'm gonna leave the anti-aliasing on medium. Textures, can we do medium textures without too much stuttering? That would be amazing because the game looks awesome with medium textures applied. Alright, so these now are my settings. It looks a little bit better and it still gives us a very smooth experience, especially compared to ultra settings or high settings, as you can see. I'm gonna start it right now, why the heck not? Let's go to the church. Alright, so you know what, if you want a trade-off, a good trade-off between visual fidelity and those smooth FPS, this is actually decent. I think this was what I used back in the days with the GTX 1060. Of course, the game just looked way different than it does today, but still, I did like medium textures and medium anti-aliasing and everything else like very low, mostly. I really like these settings, to be honest. I would have no problems playing like this at all, and I recommend these settings. As you can see, 53 FPS looking at the entire city. This is just as low as it goes, I think, and our average so far has been at 61. So if you are looking for a 60 FPS average, I think these graphic settings don't look bad. Just look at it. The textures look okay, grass looks okay, the foliage looks okay. There's one there. You can still spot people, of course. Is that guy gonna notice us? I don't have any sights on my gun, so probably shouldn't be doing this. Okay, oh boy, he has a sniper. No, I'm gonna die, guys. Shouldn't have done that. But yeah, as you can see, pretty decent FPS. 60 FPS average or close to it at least. This is okay. This is a nice experience, to be honest. Alright, so yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, by the way, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll hopefully see you in the next one. And as always, I love you all. Bye-bye.